Hey, everybody, Pastor Tim back one more time as we take Christmas around the world. And we have been to Rwanda, we have been to Bethlehem, and now we're going to where they really know how to celebrate Christmas, and that's Deutschland, or Germany. And I've got my very good friend Rudy with me. Rudy is a Lutheran pastor in Bremen, Germany. And Rudy and I got to know each other many, many years ago when I was at Community Church of Joy in a former life. And Rudy came and his family, and they spent the year with us. And he was like a student pastor. And we've just been good friends ever since. Jan and I have been to Bremen twice on our way to Wittenberg. And Rudy and Ruth have been gracious to take us around. And the city of Bremen itself is just fantastic to walk around. They've got this great big pedestrian area, and all the kinds of buildings that you would think about for Germany, that's in Germany. And Rudy, thanks for being with us. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you for those warm words.
Yeah. So it's Christmas time, or we're getting close to Christmas time. And of course, things are really different with COVID here and in Germany. But let's talk about Christmas without COVID. So let's start with you and your family. What are some of your Christmas traditions there in Bremen, Germany?
Well, some of our Christmas traditions, the first thing we have to have is a Christmas tree, of course.
Yeah.
And we decorate it and we put it up, and it kind of is the center of our living room. Something else we have, and that is important as well, is what do you call it? Advent wreath.
Yes.
Where you have those 4 candles, and you light on each Sunday, you light 1 candle more. So it's kind of a way of really progressing toward Christmas night. And one thing that is, and this is for our family, very important, is a nativity scene.
Mm.
Although it is not right to say one nativity scene, we have been collecting nativity sets from all over the world. We have some from Spain, from Africa, from India, from Korea, from the United States, of course. So that is kind of our favorite thing. And we are just in the process of putting up a new set. We got this from Crete.
Oh, very cool.
Just 6 weeks ago when we went there. Wonderful place and very nice.
You know, Rudy, when I grow up, I want to travel like you travel. My goodness, every time I check in on you, you're somewhere else. So you've lived quite a life. Now in Germany, there's something about I'm going to probably say this wrong, the Christkindl. Does that make sense, or is that Austria?
Christkind?
Yeah, the Christkind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that kind of because we've been places where this was more Austria, I think, than Germany, but the nativity scene is a pretty big part of the German experience for Christmas. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. If you do a Christmas night service without a nativity play, you can't imagine that. That has to be part of it. And actually what we are doing as a church, this is the first time, because we do believe this is a heart of Christmas. We've just bought a trailer that can be converted into a stage. It's a size of, now I have to convert it into American numbers. It's about 20 feet by 10 feet,
Okay.
the stage. And we play Christmas. We go to the schools, we go to shopping malls, and we actually play Christmas out. So we bring Christmas to the people.
Oh,
We
that's
tell them that there is a God who is so anxious about them that he is not able to say, I can't live without him. And so actually we do the nativity play. We take it from inside the church to outside the church.
That's very cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, what people may not understand is that even though many of the traditions we have in the United States of America come from Germany, that Germany itself is not necessarily a highly religious country at this point. Or let's say it this way, a highly church-going country.
Right, absolutely. We have been the nation of the Reformation.
Yeah.
And for hundreds of years, I know that Germany has been the nation that sends out most of the missionaries in the world. But for the last 150 years, we totally stopped.
Yeah.
And that is a reflection of our society. So we have a lot of Christian traditions,
yep,
but there's very little Christ in it.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the secular side a little bit, and then we'll get back to how you celebrate Christmas Eve a bit more. But let's start with St. Nicholas Day. Now, that's December 6th usually. What do you call it there?
Yeah, Nikolaustag.
Okay, Tag means day. Yep.
Right. And actually, there's a really nice tradition for the kids on this day. They walk around in small groups of 2, 3, 4 children, and they go from door to door, and either they recite a poem or they sing a song.
Huh.
And then they get some little treats. So it's a little bit like trick or treat.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit different because it's only in a nice way. And you have to either know a song which you sing or a poem which you recite.
That's it.
That is a very nice tradition.
Yeah. Now, in Germany, is Santa Claus the same as Saint Nicholas, or are those two different individuals?
No, those are two different individuals.
Okay, so
Santa Claus is more like the imagined figure.
Okay.
Saint Nicholas is really a historic figure.
So does Saint Nicholas only show up on Saint Nicholas Day and then
Yes.
Santa the rest of the time?
Right.
Okay. And now the big thing in Germany, and this is why Jan and I love to be in Germany in December, are your Advent markets. So tell us, and Bremen, you were telling me, one of the voted the top Advent marketplace in all of Germany, which is saying a lot because Germany has amazing Advent markets all over the country. What is an Advent market?
An Advent market actually is a place that centers around Christmas tradition and Advent traditions. And there are a lot of, you wouldn't call them stores, it's more like boxes where you can buy all kind of Christmas decorations, all kind of historic stuff, and of course where you can drink and eat a lot.
Yeah.
So actually what you can do, you can spend the whole afternoon and evening without getting to the same place and walking around. And it is really interesting. It's mixing kind of history, like medieval history, and Christmas traditions, Advent traditions, and people enjoy it very, very much.
Yeah, so depending, of course, on the market, and you have some big ones there at your train station and then down by the cathedral and so on. They'll have little booths set up where people either have made handmade crafts or other toys or things that they can have. Of course, you talked about the food, bratwurst, and all those really good for you treats that you eat. And then if they're really big, they'll have carnival rides, a Ferris wheel, maybe, and other things. So it's like a big festival. And those things run about how long?
Well, they normally start on the 1st of Advent, and they go to the 23rd of December. Yeah.
I can tell you some of the most magical times that we've had in Germany was when Jan and I were at Advent markets in Berlin and then in Wittenberg, and it snowed, big, heavy snow while we're there. And it's everything you imagine about a German Christmas was in that moment. And so everybody needs to do an Advent market, right? It's amazing. And in Bremen, right?
Absolutely.
So now Christmas music, you've been here, so you know that we start Christmas music the day after Halloween, and it just goes for 2 months. And the Christmas music is both secular and sacred mixed in together, which is the amazing thing about America. Secular radio stations playing Christmas carols. Does the same thing happen in Germany?
Well, actually, I have to complain about America at this point. Because you've been ruining our Christmas tradition, especially the songs. The most played song in Germany is "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas."
That's fun.
And actually, a lot of the American Christmas songs came over here, and they kind of pushed aside the traditional German songs, which to a certain point is okay. I guess that's what happens.
Yeah.
But
so do you have radio stations then that would play Christmas music nonstop during this holiday season?
No, they don't play Christmas music nonstop, but they play Christmas music a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like a set of 20 songs all together, and you hear them over and over over again.
Can't get enough of it, Rudy.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, so the Advent market is kind of a big part of it. How about like TV specials? Do they do things about Christmas on TV? We've got Charlie Brown Christmas here. We've got movies about Christmas Carol or Scrooge, romance stories, or big holiday specials.
They do a lot of holiday specials, but as you said before, they are not necessarily linked to Christmas anymore.
Right, or to the Christian message of Christmas.
To the Christian message, yes. It's kind of taking the traditions, but it's leaving out the Christmas story. It's leaving out the Christmas message. So yes, there are a lot of holiday specials, but not anything about Christ anymore.
Yeah. So what does Christmas Eve look like at your church? And tell us the name of your church, by the way.
Oh, the church is called Abraham Church. Actually, it's the only Abraham church in all of Europe. That's very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
And on a normal Christmas Eve, we would have 4 or 5 services.
Okay.
It's like always packed to the rim.
Yep.
And as I said, what you absolutely need is a Christmas play. Yeah. A nativity play, and you need certain songs. People want to sing those really traditional German songs. Uh-huh. We do not sing any American songs at that point.
So you would sing. Of course, you would do Silent Night.
I do Silent Night.
Yep.
I do. Ich stehe an deiner Krippen hier. I'm standing at your manger.
Okay.
And.
How about O Tannenbaum?
No. No. Not in a worship service.
Not in a worship service. Of course not.
Not in a worship service.
Yeah.
No.
How about Joy to the World?
Yes, actually, that is one we are singing. We do that every night at 11 p.m.
Oh.
Yes. That is the last service. It's kind of the service when, even for the pastor, Christmas starts.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
One thing that might be interesting, all the big Christmas worship services, they are on the 24th.
Right.
Not on the 25th or 26th.
Yeah. That would pretty much be true here now too.
Okay.
In fact, what's interesting is, and maybe I told you this years ago, when I came to Community Church of Joy back in 1982, 83, 84, we were one of the few churches in the Valley that did Christmas Eve services. And then, pretty soon churches caught on and said, wow, people come to church on Christmas Eve. And so we always did ours Christmas Eve, and then we do maybe one on Christmas Day, which we don't do that at Grace anymore. But I think for most people, it's Christmas Eve church and Christmas Day is family time.
Right. Absolutely. It's absolutely the same.
Yeah. And then do you and your family do a big meal on Christmas Day?
Well, actually, we sit together. Yes. Our kids come, or our daughter comes with my grandchild, and my son and his newlywed wife, they will be there, and they will sit together. It's not like a big feast. It's more like sitting together and enjoying time.
Yeah.
So we keep it relatively simple.
Do you
Of
have
course, we have cookies.
cookies? Yes.
Cookies.
And is there a special cookie that is kind of German? This is the German Christmas cookie.
Oof. To be honest, I don't know. You would have to ask Ruth.
Yeah.
She's better than I am.
I know they have this thing called is it the Lebkuchen or the love?
Lebkuchen.
Yeah.
Lebkuchen, yeah.
But that's not a Christmas cookie.
Actually, it is a Christmas time cookie.
Okay.
But if I'm informed properly, it comes more from the south of Germany or from Austria.
Okay.
I
And how
I don't
about,
know.
do you have that delicious German bread, whatever kind it is?
Yes,
Oh, my goodness.
of course. We
Oh.
always do.
Yeah.
And we bake it ourselves.
Oh my goodness. Oh, my
Yes.
goodness. Wow. So Christmas in Germany, when do you start seeing lights going up? You know, here we see lights go up already the day after Halloween, so November
Right.
1st. Kind of the same way.
You meant the day after Reformation Day.
Yeah, yes, for you Germans.
Thank you.
The day after Reformation Day. Yeah.
Lutheran pastor.
Yeah.
Talking about Halloween. Thank you.
Yeah. We mentioned Luther this year.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So when does Christmas kind of start ramping up for you in Germany?
Well, actually, if you look at the shops,
Yeah.
it starts in September.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
And but as far as the lights are concerned, they start late November. People start putting up the lights and decorating their houses, and that's when the really nice time starts.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because late November it gets dark earlier.
Yeah.
So you can turn on the lights at around 5 p.m. and the streets are really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Not as crazy as in Phoenix, I know.
Well, it's different, you know, because in your city, it's a walking town in many ways. You know, if you live kind of in the center of town and
Right.
be able to walk into these Advent markets or drive in, you know, we're here in Phoenix, we're a suburb, we're spread out, but there's just something. And when you get snow, it's magical, right?
Right. It's absolutely beautiful.
As we kind of wrap up and really appreciate this, say Merry Christmas to us in German.
Frohe und gesegnete Weihnachten.
All right, say it one more time.
Frohe und gesegnete Weihnachten.
And literally translated, that is?
Happy and blessed Christmas.
Got it. Well, Rudy, thank you. We wish the same to you and your family. It's been great to see you. And I know our folks have enjoyed our little trip to Germany to learn about how to really do Christmas the German way, right? Thanks, Rudy.
Well, the best to you. Thank you.
You bet. Merry Christmas.